Macmillan Education Namibia is a publishing company and a trusted partner in education, with over 4 decades of experience in the Namibian market. In 2022, the publishing house will celebrate its 45th anniversary. The company was first established by Mr. Herman van Wyk at the request of the Ministry of Education to provide quality learning and teaching materials in the various African languages spoken in the country.
In the early 70s, I was requested by the Ministry of Education to think about establishing a proper publishing house in the different languages that have and then been spoken in Namibia, because Afrikaans and English were mostly spoken by the people when there were 11 other languages here. We started and 11 languages were then tested and eventually proved, and we started publishing books and textbooks especially for children in school, so that they could study in their own home language.
However, as English became the official language in the independent Namibia, the need for more expertise in the publication of materials in English became apparent.
We knew then that English was also a very important language, and that is why we called on Macmillan of London to assist us to widen the scope of the type of publishing that we would effect.
The company has, over the years, undergone several name changes. It was first established as Gamsberg Publishers in September 1977 and changed its name to Gamsberg Macmillan Publishers in September 1989, when 50% shares were sold to Macmillan. Currently, it is trading as Macmillan Education Namibia Publishers, with a subsidiary company established in September 2012 called Namibia Publishing House.
Lucy Ballerin was at that stage the Macmillan manager in Botswana, and he often visited us, and because he knew the different languages and the different people in those areas, you know, especially in Botswana and Zimbabwe, and he became a very good friend of us in the publishing business here.
To accommodate the growing number of staff, an office building at 19 Faraday Street in Windhoek was purchased and renovated. Over the 4 decades, the building changed its appearance significantly. It is still used as the Macmillan Education Namibia Publishers and NPH offices.
It had a huge yard at the back where we could accommodate our vehicles, and which we used to transport books all over Namibia, and expanded it in the front with another front story, and eventually painted it nicely so that people felt safe and could be sure that we could accommodate their vehicles when they came and loaded books, and or get more information about the publishing business and so forth.
From its humble beginnings, African languages played a fundamental role of Macmillan Education Namibia's publishing business. Numerous learning support materials, as well as trade titles in the local languages, such as Tungswasi, Kwekwe Kovap, Oshikwanyama, Oshintonga, Ochi Herero, Rukwangali, Rumanyo, Silozi, and Timbukushu have been published over the 4 decades. As the publishing director for African languages at the time, Councillor Joe Awala remembers.
Gamsberg Macmillan Publishers was the main publishing company which started publishing African languages. This was really appreciated. The first project ever, which I'm happy to announce, is Afrida Project. And that Afrida Project was implemented by the National Institute of Language Development, better known as NIED, and the material were developed by us as a company and funded by GTZ. And we were really happy because we were not having any reading and writing materials in those minority grades, starting from grade 1, grade 2 to up grade 3.
In November 2018, Namibian Children's Book Forum held its 15th Literary Awards. Namibia Publishing House was awarded 22 certificates of recognition in various categories, from drama and prose to readers for books published in the Namibian languages: Ochi Herero, Rumanyo, Oshindonga, Oshikwanyama, Khoekhoe Kovap, Tungtwasi, Silozi, and Timbukushu, as well as in Afrikaans and English. Macmillan Education Namibia has been a proud employer of a dedicated group of professionals that grew with the company, gaining experience in the publishing business over the years.
Employed people from all over Namibia, and even people imported from the Republic of South Africa who eventually came, found the job and the salary interesting enough to come and settle in Windhoek and assist us with our work.
One of the longest serving employees to date is Eusebius Matthias Shiuka.
I work for this company for 27 years now, because I started 1992 in December. When I start as a general assistant. I just packing books and for bookshops and for schools, and then our driver for that time, and then I will become as a supervisor of the warehouse, and then again after a few years I become as a warehouse manager.
Macmillan Education Namibia follows a strong company culture that promotes employee growth through training, team building, mentorship, and internal Employee of the Semester program, as well as looking after employees' well-being and health and safety. It is a common misconception that publishing means the same as printing. The difference between the two lies in the complicated processes the publisher undertakes in order to produce a quality product that satisfies the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture's requirements, and that the public would be willing to buy for years. These processes involve selecting and commissioning expert authors, painstakingly editing and reviewing numerous manuscript drafts, checking for and addressing any instances of plagiarism, processing permissions to use third-party content, briefing and drawing artwork, selecting photographs, finalizing the book design and book cover, typesetting the final manuscript, proofreading the product several times at various stages to eliminate errors, submitting the product for evaluation by the Ministry of Education, approving the final product for print, and lastly the marketing and distribution of the published book to the public. Printing merely means putting ink on paper, which is one of the final processes of publishing a book. Macmillan Education Namibia is known for responding to the needs of the educational community by developing quality materials that inspire learners to achieve their full potential and give teachers the tools to do what they do best, teach.
Ever since I crossed the threshold of this building in March 2015, I realized that I had to challenge a fast-changing industry. Here we are today, stronger and still growing, providing solutions to the educators and learners of this country. It is important to mention that the company specializes in development of curriculum titles in English, as well as in the various African languages, trade titles, readers for children, and dictionaries.
With the introduction of the new Namibian curriculum embarked on by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture in 2015, the team has worked tirelessly across all departments, from publishing and editorial to production, marketing and delivery, to provide quality learning and teaching materials for all phases in the curriculum. The Solid Foundations series of approved materials developed by NPH for junior primary, senior primary and junior secondary has been very well received among educators and proved extremely successful at establishing a uniform standard for the whole country. The most recent additions to the Solid Foundation series are the approved materials for grade 10 and 11 NSSCO level in the senior secondary phase. Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate for Ordinary Level, NSSCO for short, is the final examination learners take at the end of grade 11. It is accredited by the University of Cambridge International Examinations. In the Solid Foundations textbooks for NSSCO, special care was taken to facilitate learners' optimal performance during this final examination. The Solid Foundations materials enable teachers to develop their learners' higher cognitive skills of analysis, interpretation and evaluation, which are important during the examination. In line with the company's motto, Building Our Nation on Solid Foundations, Macmillan Education Namibia, together with Namibia Publishing House, continue their work to complete the series with materials for grade 12, Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate Advanced Subsidiary level. The dedicated marketing team of Macmillan works hard to visit schools all over the country throughout the year, distributing any promotional materials available and ensuring that schools remain up to date with the company's latest approved titles. Freddy Kawalinge Nafuka is the sales and marketing representative of the Northwest, Central South and the coast of Namibia. Vaino Nasini Mukuve is the sales and marketing representative of the Central North and Northeast of Namibia, while Norma Brand is the customer liaison and front shop officer. Laimi Gideon is the digital marketing and distribution controller of NPH.
What started as a dream became a company that every Namibian can be proud of. We've faced many challenges over the years and will face many more in the years to come. But I have the privilege of walking in the footsteps of iconic men such as Dr. Viljoen and Mr. Herman van Wyk, who laid the foundation for this company to grow to what it is today. Not only for Namibia, but for the whole of Southern Africa.
Namibia Publishing House works together with various retail outlets across the country to ensure their approved products are easily accessible to parents and educators all over Namibia. The future of the publishing industry in the country lies in digital publishing. However, currently only a handful of schools have the resources to facilitate e-learning. Although the ministry is running test programs at selected schools, there are several challenges that need to be overcome first before e-learning becomes mainstream in Namibia. As always, Macmillan Education Namibia, together with Namibia Publishing House, are ready to make the transition to digital publishing as the needs of our schools change over time. Macmillan Education Namibia, together with Namibia Publishing House, remain committed to building our nation on solid foundations.